Before we begin, I want to make something very clear. This is not about pointing fingers, it's about protecting progress. We all agree the Basketball African League has changed the game. It raised our standards, created opportunities, and gave African basketball a platform we've dreamed of for years. But as we talk about what's next, we have to make sure Africa keeps control of its own story. This message isn't about resistance, it's about responsibility. And it's about making sure that the growth we've started doesn't leave Africans behind. The Basketball African League changed the face of African basketball. It gave structure, visibility, and belief that our continent could compete on the global stage. For that, we give credit where it's due. It's an achievement that opened doors, inspired investment, and made African players dream bigger. But as we talk about what comes next, we have to speak honestly about balance. The conversation now is about creating a 12-team franchise system, permanent clubs that will form the BAL going forward. It sounds exciting. Long seasons, stability, TV deals, stronger brands. But we can't build a future by closing the very door that inspired this growth. Right now, national champions go to the road to BAL qualifies, and runner-ups compete in zonal tournaments like Zone 5, Zone 1, Zone 6. That system has made every position in the National League matter. It forced clubs to invest, to grow, to organize. Team owners who once saw basketball as a side hobby now treat it like a business. Players are signing better contracts. Coaches are developing. I know a lot of coaches who are a lot better now. Media teams are being hired. BAL created that wave. Yes, it did. But the wave belongs to Africa. So before we talk about locking the league, we must talk about development. Because if the top becomes closed before the base is strong, that gap will grow wider and the whole system will weaken. We can't have a handful of professional franchises while hundreds of clubs below them lack facilities, medical staff, and stable funding. This is not sustainability. That's imbalance. We're not against progress. We welcome it. We want professionalism, sponsorship, TV structure, all of it. But it must come with a clear plan to develop the wider basketball ecosystem in Africa. For every dollar that goes into a franchise, there should be a pathway for grassroots development, for coaching clinics, for club infrastructure across the zones. The conversation shouldn't be 12 or nothing. It should be 12 plus a development plan. We also have to remember, African basketball didn't just start with BAL. It started with clubs and communities that built the sport with almost nothing. Those people deserve a seat at the table, man. The investors and corporations coming in must understand partnership with Africa means investing in Africa, not just in a product built on African talent. This is about negotiation, not resistance, about ensuring that our progress benefits Africans first. We can build a BAL that is profitable and purposeful, but that requires dialogue between FIBA, the NBA, federations, and club owners from every zone. We need transparency on how franchises are selected, what support system exists for non-franchise clubs, and how we ensure equal opportunity for growth. Because Africa doesn't just need representation on the court, it needs equity in the conversation. We're not asking to be saved. We're asking to be respected as partners in the growth of our game. BAL success is proof that African basketball has global potential, but it's time to make sure that potential remains African-led. Let's develop first, then decide how to structure the future. Let's strengthen the foundation before we build the ceiling. Let's make sure every region, every zone, every champion and runner-up feel that the system works for them, not around them. That's how we keep this movement alive, not by closing the door, but by negotiating how wide it should stay open. Because at the end of the day, Africa doesn't fear progress. It just believes that true progress must include everyone. We're not asking for permission. We're demanding partnership.